Okay. Okay. Can you see it clicking?
Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Hooray. All right. Well, you know us. I'm Mandy, Carly, and then Brody. And yeah, we're going to present our final project. So the Common Ground Challenge is that environmental issues are continually becoming a topic of concern. The Common Ground program is dedicated to bringing environmental education opportunities to all reaches of the state. The Common Ground team educates the public about environmentally sustainable practices to raise awareness about resource consumption, enhance citizen economic efficiency, encourage communities to hold each other accountable to live greener, and to lessen the overall human impact on natural resources. Currently, there is a lack of organization cohesion with activity planning across the communities that Common Ground works with. Monthly activities are created last minute and curriculum is not planned in advance. Lessons and activities also have low turnout and people do not come to the events. So the Common Ground team wants communities to attend events and better their local environments and consumption habits and must have a curriculum and attendance to do so. So our group challenge is that we will work on creating an educational curriculum plan catered to 5 different Nebraska communities: Lincoln, David City, Seward, Crete, and Beatrice. And then each of those communities have their own goals. So Lincoln's goal is to improve overall health and mitigate the impact of climate change and move towards 100% clean energy. Crete focuses more on urban agriculture. Seward focuses on water contaminants, and Beatrice focuses on improving public health by also mitigating water contaminants, while David City just needs to raise general awareness of sustainable practices. And so the significance of this challenge is that first of all, the stakeholders of this project include the Common Ground Nebraska staff, young, elderly, and middle-aged citizens within Lincoln, David City, Seward, Crete, and Beatrice communities, farmers, ranchers, and electricity and water service providers, and any other resource consumers around the state are also all involved in stakeholders. So environmental education is a necessary part of all of these communities and all of these members. So providing environmental education opportunities for the public helps connect those living in urban areas with environmental resources and the importance of conserving them. And advertising to the community will also increase that participation and create that cohesion across the community also. And so our potential solutions, some of our potential solutions to the challenges we just mentioned would be creating a multifaceted education structure and then suggesting new advertising techniques that you guys can use. And so our recommendations are to just assess each region for their strongest environmental interest. Then we created a 6-month schedule of educational content, including a lesson, an activity, and then an active application portion. And so then advertising these events and lessons to the community will also help get that word out, and then emphasizing that language used during advertising will also be beneficial. And so our educational plan, as you can see from this grid, we kind of put something together to align with all the goals of the communities and keep a well-rounded education. And so Lincoln, Crete, David City, Seward, and Beatrice, they all had their own different interests. And so like we focused on water contaminants in Seward and Beatrice, and then we focused on clean energy in Lincoln and climate change. And so you can see that from our educational plan here. And so some examples, we created 8 different lessons for you guys to use with that first portion of the lesson. And so we have embedded in some activities and applications and discussion questions that can be used. And so here are the examples of what those title pages look like and what topics we covered. And so then this is an example of a great one that Brody did on upcycling. And then, so this is like an example slide of an activity that people can bring in their old bottles or anything, and then you can turn it into a craft and kind of get that community engagement while learning. And then this is kind of the ending slide of all of our lessons has this, what can you do, or what can you do at home, or what is it, why is this important? And so this is an example for the upcycling lesson, what is important and what you can do, and make it a little fun for the participants. And then, yeah, that's all we have. We have all of our sources here, and that's our final presentation.